So you've made the decision that you're ready to remodel your bathroom. And you've seen a lot of different tips and tricks online. You've heard horror stories, and it sounds a little bit overwhelming on where do we actually start so that by the end of this, we can have the bathroom we actually want. I'm going to go through my process from start to finish on how I go through the selections process for my bathroom remodels, and then my opinion on when I think it's the appropriate time to call in a contractor. So there's a couple things I'd like to talk about before we actually get into the list. As you're going through your selection process, you're probably going to find that a few things kind of clash against each other and maybe they just don't flow very well. So I always encourage, as you're going through this process, pick your one thing that you'd really like, your primary selection, and then have a secondary as a second option if that one for some reason doesn't work. And then throughout the whole process, print them out or create a photo album on your phone. If you're going walking around looking at different products, you're able to hold up your phone with these pictures against the other selections you've picked and see if they clash or if they mix well together and they just really flow nicely. I always like to be able to print them off, but then also have that saved on my phone so that you can zoom in if you need to. But something about a paper picture when you're actually looking at things, it's really nice to have. Now let's get into the actual list. It's my opinion that either the countertop or the shower back wall, those two things really dictate the whole aesthetic of your bathroom. And so we want everything else to follow suit from there. So for today's example, we're just going to say that the countertop and vanity, that's what our whole bathroom is going to be based off of. And that's going to be step number one. From there, we want to pick out the shower wall. Now, I love tile. I'm a little bit biased towards that, but there are great options for fiberglass surrounds. And I know I'm saying shower, but this applies to bathtubs and walk-in showers. It doesn't really matter what you have. So it's just that wall. That's another showpiece of the bathroom. Next thing we're going to select is our flooring. Now, flooring, there's a lot more options that are actually great options. So the primary options are tile, we have luxury vinyl plank, and we still have vinyl as actually a pretty decent option for bathroom floors. We're committing to it as our primary selection, and we always have a secondary selection if for whatever reason we see that those selections are clashing and not working well together. Then we're going to move to the mirror. Now, the mirror, I couple that with mirror, lighting, and exhaust fan, even though sometimes those have very little to do with each other. So with the mirror, these days we have the option of lighted mirrors. We still have medicine cabinet mirrors. So we want to make up our mind if we really want to get rid of that light fixture up above the mirror, or if we're fine with that. We also need to decide, do we feel like we had enough light already? Do we want to have more light, less light? Do we want to have the same amount of light, but more lighting options? And we really need to bring that to the table right now because we have the option for lighted exhaust fans. We have lighted mirrors. And the next thing is going to be the trim work. You don't always have to change out the trim, even on a new bathroom remodel. We want to make sure that the casing trim around that doorway and windows and then the base trim along the floor, we want to make sure that that just flows with the feel of the bathroom. If you're updating your bathroom and you're going from something that's slightly outdated to something more modern, we don't want to have a outdated feel on that trim work. So we're going to go ahead and pick that right now. And now for one of my favorite parts, the final finishes. So this is going to include your faucet, if you didn't already pick that out with your countertop, your light fixtures, making sure that those colors coordinate with the colors of, say, your towel bars, toilet paper holders, the handles or pulls for your vanity. If your shower door has a specific trim work on it and you have the option to select the color, then we're going to go ahead and make that coordinated with the colors of the bathroom. Another thing that's easy to overlook is the hinges and door handle on the door coming into the bathroom. I always love those to match. Sometimes it doesn't work, I get it. But if we can make all of those things match together, we'll be really excited about that. Then is the paint for the walls. At this point, we have most of the bathroom selected. So I feel like we can have a whole lot more confidence with picking paint colors because we can hold those paint colors up against our furnishing we already have selected. Now, I know. We can't talk about a bathroom remodel without talking about what are we going to do for the toilet. The toilet might not be the main showpiece of the bathroom. However, there's a few considerations to think about. If you are doing a shower door that has a swinging door, we need to make sure that there's enough clearance from the shower to the toilet. It really messes up your plans when you get this beautiful new bathroom installed and you go to take a shower and the shower door won't open because it hits the toilet seat. The other consideration with a toilet is sometimes you might want to add, say, a heated seat or some other electrical options to your toilet. And that really does need a little bit of additional planning because we need to make sure we have the appropriate outlet staged behind the toilet for that function. And sometimes you're able to do some workarounds, but just have some forethought in planning that. Now, as close as we are to finished with actually having a real plan that fully covers a bathroom remodel, we want to hit pause and take a step back and take a look at the options that we've selected. We obviously want to make sure that aesthetically they flow well together. Bathrooms actually need quite a bit of storage space, whether you're doing towels or you have makeup or different variety of things. Bathrooms need a certain amount of storage. Is your selection actually going to be able to accommodate your storage needs? At this point, we have the option to say, yes, this is going to work for us. We can do this. Or no, we need to add additional storage. There's some obvious options like another built-in cabinet somewhere, or there's the medicine cabinet, sometimes on your side wall, depending on your layout of your bathroom. But now is the time, before we hit go, we want to make sure that we actually have enough storage to make this work. So that's the selection for the planning process for staging a bathroom. And I believe if you can work through that process of going through those selections, the whole remodel is going to go very smoothly and you'll be very happy by the time it's finished because you've put in the time on the front end to go through that selection process. So if you're not already in conversation with a contractor or a designer, then at this point, you really have a very good direction for having a conversation with someone and being able to get a real plan together for actually getting it on the schedule and getting your bathroom remodel finished. The other consideration is timelines. If you need your bathroom finished up by a certain date, just make sure that that can be an open communication thing, that that's all out on the table so that everyone's on the same page if there are deadlines that you have to work with. Thank you for watching. This has been really fun to be able to provide my experiences over the years and how to make a bathroom remodel go smoothly. I hope your bathroom goes smoothly as you choose to remodel, and we'll talk to you soon.